Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. So we're gonna do our we usually do. I'll play subs, but also the last round of the World Rapids about to start. So we'll do live coverage of that. So that'll probably take about an hour out of the time. But, too bad. Truth hurts. A toast. I'm well. So if you're a sub to the channel, then you can challenge me. And then after about 10, 15 minutes, we'll go look at the live games. Nobody's challenging me, so maybe we'll just go. I don't think the pairings are up yet. But if nobody wants to play, then we can go have a look. There's the pairings. Well, they were there. Oh, there's the standings. So Merzin's in clear first, Grishuk's in clear second, and everybody's tied for third, everybody's tied for ninth. Dominguez and Sevian both have 5 wins and 7 draws. All right, let me go to yeah, Mercen's pretty good. Time control's 15:10. This is round 13, the last round. In the women's event, Humpy Kaneru won. Clear first. Do you still think Magnus will win it? It's a bold prediction. So board 1 is Merzin against Grigorian. Board 2's Dominguez versus Grishuk. Board 3 is Nepo versus Sevian. Board 4 is Faruja versus Arjun. Board 5 is Giri versus Fabi. Board 6 is Dubov versus Abdusatorov. 7 is Duda versus Sindarov. And board 8 is Ray Robson versus Yu Yang Yi. And the most important board is board 12, which has no effect on the prizes, but it's Nakamura white against Hans Niemann. So that's it's got to be the best pairing. Well, Naroditsky lost his last 2 rounds, so he's has a chance to come in the top 30. It's the game that doesn't matter, but it's the only game that matters. Nakamura Niemann. Very suspicious. Oh, Giri Fabi. In the battle of who looks more like a nerd. I wonder if I'll even be on Chess TV with the tournament going on. Well, I guess we'll find out at 7. Go Sam Sevian. Go Merzin. Any other interesting pairings? Man, Wesley So draws all of his games. I think he has like 9 draws. Hope you guys all saw the news today that Victor Wembanyama was playing chess in Washington Square Park today. There were a lot of tweets about it, even some from Wemby. Grigorian, the player nobody's heard of. I mean, I've heard of him, but you guys haven't. I have to root for Grigorian. I have to, because he has the same first name as my wife. Go Karen. Yeah, Merzin was losing to Praggnanandhaa, then Praggnanandhaa blundered last round. Dominguez Grishuk. Shake hands and come out fighting. It's a Sicilian. So if Murzin wins, he wins the tournament. If he draws, then he'll either be clear first or he'll tie for first with Grishuk. If Murzin loses, then Grishuk winning would give him first place clear. Otherwise, there'll be a big tie for first. I think Murzin should just offer a draw and hope that Grishuk doesn't win. It says they're both playing 100. This is board one, Murzin versus Grigorian. Both players still in their prep. Yeah, I think this is going to be a quick draw. I did fix the scene. The scene looks great. What's wrong with the scene? You can't see the board. Open your eyes. That sounds like it's a you problem. That was before. The scene was always correct. It still sounds like a you problem. All right, this game's too boring. This is Dominguez Grishuk. I mean, Grishuk's probably not going to beat Dominguez with black, so it would make sense for Murzin to draw and win the tournament. This is a Ruy Lopez. We'll go back to the beginning. This is Dominguez versus Grishuk. This is Jan Nepomniachtchi versus Sam Sevian. Jan is white, Sevian's black. Yeah, all the games are just starting. Let's look at Hikaru's game with Hans Niemann. It's an Italian. Hikaru's white. This game doesn't matter for the prizes, but it's important for America or something. Yeah, they're just going to play a quick draw. This is the board 1 game, Merzin versus Grigorian. Here's Firouzja versus Iragasi. Yay, go Arjun. This is Jan versus Sevian. Jan is slightly better with his 2 bishops. Hey, there's the prize fund. Dominguez and Grishuk drew their game. So then Merzin will draw his game, and that'll be the end of that. Okay, so this is the final position of Dominguez and Grishuk. So if Merzin draws with white, then he's the World Rapid champion. Denis Lazovic versus Jordan van Foreest was also drawn. I didn't know Jordan was in the tournament. Oh, snap. They're on the lower boards. The Firouzja game is really exciting, both castle queenside. This is Firouzja white against Arjun. Yeah, for Dominguez and Grishuk, both of them should have been playing for a win. Stop the Arjun game with Firouzja. It's too exciting. says that Hans blundered. This is the last position we saw. B5 double question mark. And now white can play bishop takes b5, rook takes b5, d4, and white's winning. And Hikaru's thinking here, so he'll probably do it. Yeah, b5 was a blunder from Hans. Hey, Elwood. All right, we'll come back later and see if Hikaru finds it. This is board 1, Murzin Grigorian. Can't stand you. Can't stand you. That's just equal position. If anyone's better, it's black. Hikaru's still thinking in this position, which leads me to believe he's going to take this. He's not thinking 3 minutes about, yeah. Yeah, and this is just bad for black. Yep, I know who Tim Redmond is. So Hikaru's threatening to take the rook, and he's also threatening DE, attacking and forking everything. So quite a poor move from Hans, b5. Nice tactic by Hikaru. All right, first board is sort of boring. This is Jan Nepomniachtchi versus Sam Sevian. So we looked at this position. Okay, we didn't see h5 yet. Yeah, just an equal position. All the games are sort of equal except Hikaru's game. Here's Aronian Esipenko. Aronian's white. Bishop c5 playing for the win. So queen e5 check is just a known drawn endgame that a lot of GMs play for a draw. But he's playing for the win. Well, okay, now it's... the only game that went like this that was not drawn this opening was Short Kramnik, which you guys can look up. Kramnik won with black. Otherwise, all the games are draws. Your white's slightly better. Black's position is very passive. But this game will end in a draw. Although, Levon has a lot more time, so I don't know. Rook takes e3, always sack the exchange. Good exchange sack. Dubov winning versus Abdusattorov. Let's have a look. God damn, those pawns look strong. So Dubov is white, Abdusattorov is black. Game's not very well played. Engine doesn't like any of their moves. Says white's slightly better. B5 double question mark. Knight e3 exclam. Attacking the knight and then threatening to push all these pawns. So B5's double question mark. And now white just wins. What a terrible move. Knife f5. Yeah, these two pawns secure victory for top player. Very bad play by Abdusattorov. Whoever wins this game will tie for second place. So it's a big prize money jump. Because if you lose, you get like nothing. Get like 3,000 or something. Might as well just throw it in the toilet. Have a look again at Arjun's game with Firouzja. Firouzja's white. White's slightly better. Ray Robson, Yu Yang Yi was a draw. Looks like they agreed to a draw before the game, although Ray Robson took 9 minutes on his clock, so I guess not. Okay, so Ray Robson, Yu Yang Yi drew. They were on board 8. Board 2 is a draw. Board 8 is a draw. Here we have Anish Giri white against Fabi on board 5. White's slightly better, as is normal. I was going to say if bishop takes, rook b1 skewers, but the engine says bishop takes is the best move. Then after rook b1, bishop c3. And it's equal position, it says. So Geary has a little bit more time, but the position's about equal. Okay, so he sacrificed a pawn, did Murzin. And black's pawn structure is ruined. And it just says it's equal. These pawns aren't going anywhere. There's 3 blockaders. So board 1's still looking pretty drawish. Sevian's game with Jan looks like a complete draw. Let's go back. They're on board 3. I mean, nobody's better here. They have about the same amount of time also. Back to Nakapuki's game. Okay, what did Hans do? Took on d4. Took on e4. That's what the engine recommends. Always sack the exchange. And Hikaru's thinking. It says he's up 1.8. So Hikaru has a winning position, and Hikaru has 6 minutes more on the clock. So it's looking bad for Hans. So Dubov won a piece with his passed pawns. And now he's up a piece. White's just up a piece. So I don't see Abdou Sattorov coming out of this. I mean, I'm starting to sound like Trump. I say Abdou Sattorov and I say it all crazy. We haven't looked at Duda Sindarov. What does it say about G6? G6 question mark. Yeah, play better, man. Boring. So White's slightly better. Sindarov has more time than Duda. So I guess it's equal because White's a little better and Black has a little more time. This is the game we looked at a few times, Firouzja versus Hiragasi. It says it's equal now. Hiragasi has 9 minutes plus tax, and Firouzja only has 3.5 minutes. Typical Firouzja. Very complex French where both sides castle queenside. But it's hard for either player to break through. Not much to do. Nobody's getting mated. Nobody's crashing through with their pawns. Nobody's winning material, so it's pretty equal. The engine just says all zeros. It says neither side can do anything. If white draws this game, which seems very likely, then he gets clear first without losing any games, because Grischuk already drew with Dominguez. No, that's a complicated blunder for a rapid game. Let's have a look at something more interesting, I guess. This is Fabiano's black against Geary. Where did we last leave off? We saw this. Yeah, we saw all this. Yeah, he didn't take the pawn on b4, which the engine was espousing. Fabi played bishop d6. Rook c3 is the best move. Wow, the engine says g5 is the best move. Close, he played g6. That just says this is equal. Well, I guess I'd rather have white because I like my pass pawn on the queen side. But black's very active. Geary has 2 minutes more on the clock. No, I agree. Dominguez and Grischuk should have played on, both of them. Because winning would have given them a lot more money. And possibly for Grischuk, tie for first. Yeah, it just says this is a draw and nobody's better. This is Nepo's game with Sevian. Last time we looked was knight d4, bishop d3, knight c6. Yeah, this is the last position we saw. The engine doesn't like c4 and knight d3, but I think that's because it envisions positions where, you know, white's going to win this pawn and go into the drawn bishop, ending a pawn up. That's not dangerous for black at all. So I don't see what's wrong with this. Yeah, the engine says f4, g4, and white's much better. White has 4 minutes more on the clock, so Jan could win this against Sevian. Jan's been improving his position, and c4, knight d3 was not the engine's choice. So it looks good for Jan. Let's see. This is Dubov versus Abdusattorov. Dubov's up a piece. So no reason he wouldn't win. This is board one. If it's a draw, then Murzin gets clear first. Murzin has white against Grigorian. The engine says all zeros. It's hard to find a winning plan for either side. Nobody does anything, and then what happens? Nobody can move their king up anywhere. There's no favorable trades for anybody. This fixes black's pawn on a5, so it's a strategical mistake because the bishop can go to c7, but it doesn't matter because white doesn't really have any winning chances there. But it makes white's position easier because a5 pawn's weaker than the a4 pawn, being stuck on a dark square. But there's just very few pawns on the board, and there's a lot of endings with no pawns where one side's a piece up and it's a draw. Oh, they got the opposite bishop-rook ending. So let me go back. Rook g1. Seems pretty drawn to me. Engine says white's up 0.56, but I don't see how white creates a pass pawn or does anything good. Pretty sure this is drawn. This is Firouzja versus Hiragasi again. Engine says white's slightly better. Arjun has 4 minutes and change, and Ali Reza has 2 minutes and change. So both sides playing for a win, unlike Dominguez Grischuk, where they both play for a draw. Hikaru played f3. No, what a blunder. Sight unseen. Aronian Esipenko was a draw, which seemed like the likely result. This says white has a big advantage. Rook takes h6 question mark, f4 exclam with +1. Now it's just a draw. Draw agreed. Okay, so Aronian had chances, but didn't secure them. Hikaru's not winning anymore. Okay, so Hikaru played knight c4, attacking Hans's queen. Takes. Says Hikaru's winning. Says this is a winning endgame. +2. It doesn't like rook takes e2 or rook c1. Still says white's +1. F3 question mark. Yes. I was an atheist my whole life, but now I know there is a God. Now Hikaru's only up 0.6. Yeah, both sides have 2 minutes. So all three results are possible. They're repeating. They repeated some more. Draw agreed and by repetition. Murzin wins the tournament, 10 out of 13. So far, Grishuk is in second with 9.5. We'll see who joins him, if anyone. King E7 question mark. Now it says white's winning. And this is Jan's game with Sevian. Yeah, now white's always going to play bishop f8. And these pawns are all falling. And Sevian has 10 seconds left. I don't think Sevian's lost a game yet. This will be his first loss. It says that Jan is +4. Jan has 7 minutes and Sevian has 15 seconds. The reason white's winning is white can play rook e7 next move, which typically you wouldn't do because you trade rooks. But the bishop wins all of these pawns. You can't stop bishop f8. So it's weird that white wants to trade rooks. That's very unusual. And bishop takes g7, defends the b2 pawn. So white just wins easily now. So Jan's going to win and be tied for second with Grishuk. Yeah, I mean, Sevian can resign now, losing all his kingside pawns. And has no time. Yep, he resigned. So Jan ties for second with Grishuk. We'll see if anybody else can catch them. So Murzin gets clear first. Jan and Grishuk tie for second. Then we'll see who else catches them. The winner of this game ties for second also between Firouzja and Arjun. And the engine says Firouzja's +1. But Firouzja has less than a minute, and Aragasi has about 3 minutes. So that should make up for about... Well, now it says it's equal. Well, it always said it was equal. Never mind about the +1. That was the engine tricking me. So this position is drawn with best play, but Arjun has a lot more time than Grishuk. But I still prefer Grishuk's structure. His pieces are really good. Bishop's ought to play on a4. Board 5 was just drawn between Giri and Fabi. And it says in this position, if white wanted any advantage, white had to play b6. And then it says like 0.1. But after this, it says it's just all zeros. Nobody's better. Which makes sense. Okay, so those guys, they can't tie for second anymore. So we have a winner and we have a two-way tie for second right now. The only persons who can catch Grishuk and Jan in tying for second is the winner of this game, Firouzja versus Arjun. If they draw, then Nepo, Nishi, and Grishuk tie for second, third by themselves. Half a point behind Murzin. And this position is pretty drawn. But both sides are playing for a win. Black's a pawn ahead, but Black's position is very passive. There's a lot of weaknesses. But it's not clear how White wins. Black just sits here and White has trouble improving his position. Let's have a look at the Naka game, which got really interesting. It says all of Naka's moves are terrible. B3 is a mistake. Yet now it says that Naka's not better. Now it says that Hans is better. Hans has a king and Naka doesn't have a king. It all started with F3. Knight F2 is a big mistake. Now Black has good winning chances with the pawn on the 7th rank. Now Knight E3 is winning, it says. And he played it. So now Hans is winning. Nakamura was winning earlier, but Hans only has 15 seconds. Hans is playing really well the last 10 moves. Here it says King D4 is the best move. He played C6, which gives a lot of his advantage away. And H4 is terrible. King D4 is great. This gives away most of Black's advantage. Knight C2 is a big mistake. Should have played G5 and tightened the grip on the position. And he says he's +3. Now it says it's a draw. Maybe Hans thought this was a winning position, but the engine says G4 draws and Knight H3 draws. Yeah, now it says that Hans isn't better. So Nakamura was winning. Hans was more winning than Nakamura was. And now it's equal. And the game will probably end in a draw. Now that's America's hopes for you. Wouldn't be surprised if Hans wins, because C-pawn's pretty strong. But, I mean, the engine says it's a draw. So I assume Nakamura has to play accurately to draw. See what else we got going on. This is the game where they're fighting for second place. Firouzja and Iragasi. It's all zeros, but if either side wins, they tie for second. Firouzja has 20 seconds, and Arjun has 40 seconds. Man, he's defending that G-pawn a lot. If somebody subbed, thank you. My mod should thank you if you subbed, because I'm not paying attention. It says White's a tiny little better here, but not much. Let's go back to Naka's game. G4 loses, now Hans is winning. C4 is the only winning move. Taking on G4 doesn't win. Only C4 wins. So G4 is a blunder, now Hans is winning again. C4 is the only winning move. And he played it, so Hans is winning, he's +5. Yeah, it's not Nakamura's day today. or yesterday, or the first day. It says H5 wins, C2 wins. It's hard not to play C2. Yeah, he played C2. Yeah, it says that Hans is up +7 here. No, Chat could not win this with black. Chat would somehow lose with black. Bishop takes E2 as a mistake. Now black's only +2. This isn't easy to win. I'm not even sure this is winning. Yeah, that was a mistake, what Hans just did. He cashed in too early. There was no reason to give up his passed pawn and let him queen. Probably winning, but unclear. We'll come back to this later. We have to see the game where they're fighting for second. Okay, it's all zeros. As per usual, Arjun has more time. Black's still a pawn up, but white has a better king, better knight, better bishop, Papa John's. Well, now he's not up a pawn. Rook takes A3 was a blunder. And now it says Bishop H5 gives excellent winning chances, if not winning, because Rook G7 check is coming. But he played Bishop D3, and now after Knight D7, it should be a draw. Knight D7 is the only drawing move. Otherwise, Arjun's lost. Now Firouzja has more time than Arjun. And he played the only drawing move. Now let's go look at this game. It just says black is +2. So I don't know if Hans is going to win or not. Hans was +7. So this game has a lot of mistakes. King C4 is the best move. This is Dubov, Abdusatorov. Dubov's still a piece up, so he's still winning. He's been a piece up the whole game. This is Duda versus Sindarov. Sindarov's up a rook. So Sindarov's going to beat Duda and tie for 4th or 5th. This is Hans has black against Nakamura. With perfect play, black should be winning. But neither side has played perfectly this game. So all three results are possible, except Hikaru winning. Now Hikaru's going to win. Now it says Hans is +3. Okay, this game is more important, so we'll look at this game. This game is all zeros. The winner of this game ties for second with Grishuk and Nepomniachtchi. Murzin has won the event with 10 out of 13. Jan and Grishuk have 9.5 out of 13, and the winner of this game has 9.5 if somebody wins. A draw is bad for both players. Yeah, this is just petering out to a draw because there's no pawns left. So this is going to be a draw. White's the one playing for a win, but White's not going to win. Okay, so that game's going to be a draw, in my opinion, pretty clearly. Sindarov beat Duda. Muradli and Praggnanandhaa drew on board 9. Wei Yi beat Brandon Jacobson on board 10. And this is board 12. This is the right-collared rook pawn, so it should make it winning for black. Yeah, black should win. Black just picks up the H-pawn, and then shouldn't be any problem. This should be a relatively easy win, because you can't save your H-pawn. The bishop and the queen attacking it. There's no perpetuals. So Nakamura is probably going to lose to Niemann. Just make sure this game ends in a draw. Whoa! I don't know what's happening. I don't like it. This is another game. This isn't Ali Reza's game. This is the game Zubov's been up a piece the whole game. He's still up a piece. And he's still winning against Norderbeck. Yeah, the games have moved around. This says Giri Fabi, but this is the game Firouzja versus Arjun. This is Dubov's game. They have the wrong names. I don't know what happened. The site went crazy. Hans picked up the H-pawn. Yeah, now it's just a technical win. Yeah, I mean, this isn't hard. Hans has over 2 minutes. So Hans is going to beat Nakamura, even though Nakamura was winning after move 15. And the truth hurts. I'm going to refresh and see if that fixes the boards. Nope. So this is Duda's game with Arjun. Duda has good winning chances. Arjun's messed up the last few moves. C4 was a mistake. Yeah, now Firouzja has good winning chances against Arjun. And then it says knight b8 just loses. So rook d6. Just picks up the pawn. Still very difficult for black. If Firouzja wins the game, he ties for second. Arjun doesn't have any winning chances. Only Firouzja can win. But C.L. Smith, you're such a big fan of them. I made a video explaining why FIDE was wrong. And I've posted a lot on Twitter and Blue Sky. So if you don't know now, you'll never know. Now this is drawn now because King C5 runs into Knight D7 mate. Yeah, this is clearly going to be a draw now. So Grischuk and Nepomniachtchi tie for second, just the two of them. And Arjun defended well to draw with Firouzja. He didn't play King E5. That's just the king's going in the middle. Okay, so they drew. So Murzin gets clear first. Dominguez and Nepomniachtchi tie for second. Not Dominguez, Grischuk. Grischuk and Nepomniachtchi tie for second. Big tie for fourth with everybody else. Grigorian, Firouzja, Arjun, Dominguez. There could be more. And Hikaru did resign since it's not interesting anymore. Then he resigned. I don't see any more games going on. I'm looking at all. Oh, here's a game. Gleb Dudin versus Elsham Moradiabadi. So this is a draw, but Moradiabadi's trying to win. This seems like the last game to finish. They're on move 92. I guess I'm not on Chess TV. Probably because Chess TV is showing the tournament. King H1 isn't question mark. It's fine. Just the engine acting up. King G2 loses, but he'll play King H2. Yeah. So in this position, the engine announces mate with Queen C7 check. It also announces mate with Queen takes B7. So this was just a blunder. Yeah. So what Black calculated was Queen takes Queen, Queen takes Queen, Queen, Queen F4 check, winning the Queen. But White just played Queen E4 check, and now it's a draw. So Black was winning before this endgame started. See, it says King H1 question mark. No, King H1's fine. Yeah, I saw that, Yodi man. Go Vartanank. I haven't seen you since Vegas. And now you're in Vegas. It's 3 a.m. in Europe? It's 3 a.m. in Europe where? Doesn't sound right. The US has several time zones, as does Europe. It is 7:54 in the part of the world that matters, where I live. Yay. Go, Ben. Okay, this game's too boring, so I'm going to start playing people now. Okay, Dark Gnome, are you a sub? I don't think so. I think I've never lost. Yes. Good answer. Do you know which Morphe number 3 players you played against? Can somebody translate that to English? Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen anything less, less important than played a guy who played a guy who played a guy. Who cares? You're banned from the stream for even mentioning it. Like 900s like they used to. Yeah, 97's a blunder. Yeah, Bishop B4 was winning. Probably the closest I've ever played to Morphe is Arthur Dake. Dake was playing in the 20s. No, my pawn. Game Tree unsubscribed. Good, good. Yay, thanks, Sven Beingold. Thanks for supporting the stream, everybody.
Good job breaking through in the endgame with some strong maneuvers.
I played 88.6 and he played 81.2. That's pretty good. Liam Katz, are you a sub? Did you Vanderbilt? Did I Vanderbilt? I did not. Beat Georgia Tech yesterday. No, I don't really pay attention to the stupid bowls. Latvia beat Canada in what sport? I am a sub. Somebody give Paulius a sub. It wasn't a stupid bowl. Georgia Tech Vanderbilt? God damn. Talk about bottom of the barrel bowl. They should have called it that, bottom of the barrel bowl. Man, it's your first time chat and you chat nonsense. It turns out that Magnus bet a lot of money on Georgia Tech to win. And when he found out they lost, he said, "Fuck you, Vanderbilt." Man, the truth hurts. Oh, I touched my rook first. That's why I can't castle. I mean, he follows sports. I'm sure he's heard of Vanderbilt. But does he know they're commies? That's a good question. In the 70s, Vanderbilt started playing all their sporting events in a brick house. She's a brick house. Mate mate. Taking all my opponent's pieces.
Good job building a lead and not letting up.
He played 78.3 and I played 90.4. Is Sukan from Belgium a sub on Twitch? If you are, say something. Let's see, you said yes. Is that a sub badge? 7 months subscriber. Wow. I lived in Belgium before Sukan was born. Then when he was born, I left. I wonder if I'm on Chess TV or they just did something. Was I rated by them? Because I have a lot of viewers now. Maybe they put me on Chess TV after the round ended. That makes sense, actually. I predicted Merzen would win. I remember that. Cool. There's 2 things you have to do to play me today. You have to be a sub on Twitch, and you have to challenge me 3-minute unrated. Those are the 2 things you have to do. Then you can play me. Maybe you can play me twice, 3 times. I don't know. But if you can't do both of those things, I can't help you. Sukan, where do you live in Belgium? I lived in Brussels. But it was before you were born. Bach BWV 1080 subscribed. Oh, Antwerp? I won a tournament in Antwerp in 1991. I tied for first with 7.5 out of 9. That was one of my best tournaments in Europe. I was a diamond in the rough. Ha ha ha. My brother drove me to the tournament, too. He had a rented car. He's in the chat right now. I am the handsomest. Nobody knows how I'm so handsome. Nobody's figured it out yet. Scientists are baffled. Yay, recommended by Fisher. Exclam challenge will do it.
Wow, a tactical blow in the opening. Let's look at your great moves.
I played 89.8 and he played 72. Okay, is Jacob a sub on Twitch or Ghislaine? Jelaine? Who hasn't seen In Bruges? I was? Well, you're not now, Ghislaine. Jacob is? Doom Guy Frieri, are you Jacob? Well, you have to resub or ask somebody for a sub. Okay. Ah. How do you play chess on that thing? Probably not too well. Yay, I'm a pawn up. Yay, I'm still a pawn up. What? When did I leave Brussels? 1992. And so forth. At least I didn't say octant-douze. Quatre-vingt-douze. 1992. If my French was too bad. I lived there from 88 to 92. Near the Avenue de la Toison d'Or. Near Ixelles. Yeah, when you were born, then I left Belgium. We left in July. Unless it was June. Either June or July, I forgot. I meant to play c5, but I mouse slipped. Probably c6 is better. So mouse slips are better than my actual moves. One time I got a rental car when I was going to a comedy club to do my act, and the guy asked me if I write shtick. He was playing well until he wasn't.
Some good positional play let you seize the advantage in the middle game.
He played 76.7 and I played 92. Pretty slow 3-minute game. Oh, my opponent's Canadian. Okay, never mind.
Some good positional play let you seize the advantage in the middle game.
I played 91.6 and he played 81.6. Close. Is Leo Red FGS a sub? Usually you are. I guess not. Could you play viewers, please? I am playing viewers, as long as they're subs on Twitch. What, did I play you? You're welcome. When did you become GM? 2009 to 10, somewhere in there. 15 years ago, ish.
Nice eye. You found a tactic to grow your lead into a win.
I played 94.9 and he played 82.5. Is Richard from Brazil a sub? Richard from Brazil challenging me. Well, if you're the one answering, you're not a sub. Everybody who says he is not a sub. Yeah, don't help the guy out. You have to be a sub. All right, so not a sub. This is the wrong time control. I don't want to play Liam every game of the stream. I want somebody else to play. How do you play me? Ugh, after discussing it before. Okay, you have to subscribe to my Twitch channel, which you didn't do. Then you have to challenge me 3-minute unrated. If you can do those two things, you can play me. Several times, according to some people. I've played Liam 3 times already. It isn't easy, but some people get to do it. Yay, Fem Beingold gifted a sub. Yeah, if you can't sub, then ask in the chat for a sub. There's people in the chat who will give you a sub. Just say, I need a sub. Rieta Man subscribed. I don't know who you are, but if you challenge me, I'll play you. You type exclam challenge. It's 3-minute unrated. Come on, hype train. Am I playing you? What?
You grabbed the advantage out of the gate and never looked back.
I played 82.1, not too good, and he played 66.7. Queen takes e3. No.
Nice eye. You found a tactic to grow your lead into a win.
I played 87.5 and he played 71.7. Cal Greasy, are you a sub? I think you were a sub. Go Cal Greasy. Vander wasn't built in one day. Yeah, sure, your kid's great. Did I play your son? I can't tell if somebody has talent by playing them a 3-minute game. Especially when I don't know I'm playing them. Go tensor extension. You can ban Bill Cosby while you're at it, but spell his name right. Yeah, 13-year-olds are all talented. That's why they're 13. When he's 14, then I'll let you know.
You saw your chance for the win with a nice tactic and you took it.
He played 80.5 and I played 91.2. I like your spelling of Uragasi. They drew. Still theory.
You saw your chance for the win with a nice tactic and you took it.
He played 75.7, and I played 86.5. Phew! Oh, excuse me. Oh, there's some water left. Summer Stars rating. Thanks for the raid. Somebody give a shout out. Hope you had a good stream.
A nice even game. Let's take a look and review together.
I played 85. He played 85.1, but somehow my estimated rating is higher by 100 points. Suspicious. I was going to take on F2. I forgot it was defended. Now it's not defended. I still can't take. All right, I'll give up my give up stuff for all the pawns, I guess. Two bishops, what else?
You built a lead in the opening, then converted it with tactical flourish.
Ooh, flourish. He played 84.4 and I played 89.9. Pretty good game. Is EJR00 a sub? Say so on Twitch. Real Sean Deeb subscribed. For those of you who don't know, that's the real Sean Deeb. He's better in poker than I am at chess. Truth hurts. Although Kara might be better at poker than I am at chess. I don't know. Have you lost so far in this stream? No. Definitely not. You're definitely better at poker than I am in chess. In chess, I'm like 2,000th in the world. I'm pretty sure you're in the top 2,000 in poker. About you, yes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Karen, I was kidding. Well, Sean came at the end of the stream. It's 9 o'clock. We're not on Chess TV anymore. And I end the stream at 9. I have 25 people challenging me. I can't give rematches. Although I played one guy 4 times. Unless Sean wants to play a game. Did you want to play, Sean? I've never played chess with you, I don't think. This is the day I play subs. Oh, you got poker on other screens? Okay. All right, well, we had a celebrity in the chat. Hooray. Yeah, next week would be good. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow for, Sub Sunday. I look at subs, games, so forth. Mainly and so forth. Mainly and so forth. Well, I haven't rated the Chess Pros in a long time. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for supporting.